What's going on, everybody? It's me again for our third video, and I appreciate the feedback and just the time that you guys are giving me. I know there's plenty of other things out there that you guys could be utilizing your time with, but if you're here, you're growing, and I love that. That's what we're here for. If you're here, we're growing, period. I want the growth so bad. Like, I think about it. You guys don't understand. I think about this every single day. It almost gets toxic sometimes because I'm thinking about it so much where it starts to become like no longer a form of self-love, where I'm just being too hard on myself. But I recognize that, and I'm doing better, creating healthier thoughts, healthier habits. So that's what it's all about, people. Really, that's what it's all about. Better thoughts, better habits. Those will get you places. Those will get you anywhere. So for today's video, what I want to share with you guys is something that I've been receiving some comments about. You know who you are. It's not, I'm sure anybody who wants to know who this is can find out, but you know who you are, and I appreciate you. So pretty much what started this journey for me was the fact that I would say about 3 years ago, I started a self-development journey, and it was pretty much with a buddy of mine who had a mindset that I looked up to, and or just I could see something that maybe I craved for myself as well, something that I wanted to push towards and find out for myself. Really, once you start to see things that maybe somebody else is doing and you try it for yourself, that's the only way to really find out if you'll like it or not. I mean, there's definitely instances where you can find out through other people and their experiences, but it doesn't always work that way for everybody. So for me, I really had to learn it on my own and embody this lifestyle and who I want to be. So it started 3 years ago. I kind of was already in a sense of being self-aware. I just think a lot, and with those thoughts, I began to realize that my life is created with my thoughts. And a lot of people don't understand this aspect where our thoughts create who we are. They create everything around us. The thoughts that we have create our attitude, our perspective towards life. It's really important to start to realize where our thoughts are taking us. And our thoughts are like a vehicle, and we ride them around every single day. They take us places. They make us feel things. So if everything starts with our thoughts, we need to really dissect the way we are thinking and why we are thinking the things that we think. Period. I say period a lot. I shouldn't, unless I really mean it, period. Anyways, so once you start with these thoughts of yours, you can start to pick them apart if you have to. Also, write them down. Get an idea of the thoughts going through your mind. Writing them down gives you a perspective that you can look back on and say, hey, I was really thinking that at this point. Man, I wonder why. And you're going to hear me say this a lot, but you really have to understand why, because that's how you get down to the root of things. Why does Isaac wear tank tops? Why does he comb his hair to the side? Why? Those are the questions that you should be asking yourself, and they just don't seem like things that normally people would ask themselves, but they're important, because once you start to get to know yourself more, you get to realize the roots of why you are the way you are. You get down to the root of it. And even more so with the problems that you have. Some of us have issues going on internally that we need to dissect and understand why. And if we can't understand why, we need to try and at least get a perspective of who we are. Because there's things that may have happened to you that you don't even remember, but they shaped who you are today. So how do you even find an answer to something like that? That's difficult. You may never find an answer. You can probably ask as many people as you can, and maybe they'll have some type of answer. But chances are, there's not always an answer. For some things, though. So don't get it twisted. There are answers for a lot of other things in our lives. But for the things that you don't have answers to, I feel like you just have to create an understanding that you don't know why you are this way. You genuinely don't know. You've spent hours, you could say, dissecting and trying to figure this problem out, but you still haven't found the answer. With those things, you just have to understand that's the way you are. The reason, I don't know, but I also have the ability to create something more for myself. If I don't like the way I am in a certain way, I can change it. I can chisel away at that mental mountain that's been created. Chisel it away, and once you chisel it down a little bit, start building something different on top of it. Something healthier, something better. Once I started to just really think about my thoughts more, it started to propel me forward in a way where I don't see many other people on this plane, on this field, this horizon that we're on, that I'm on, this horizon that I'm on. Once you get above it, you can start to build. You can really start to make a difference in your thought process and become more than you are right now. So pretty much the other things that really help with me is, and I spoke about it on the last video a little bit, but the things that I'm putting into my mind, that's very important, people. If you're hanging around with the wrong crowd, they're negative Nancy's. They're always freaking talking shit about people, gossiping. They're always in a just a combative state of mind, really. They can really make a problem out of anything. They could just start talking about something and find an issue or something wrong or something that they don't like and start spiraling down a rabbit hole of shit talk. And the thing about those types of people too is they flock together. So they usually have other people validating their issues and their problems and things that they dislike about others. You'll notice that. So stay away from that crowd, because that type of crowd is not going to help you at all become the person that you want to be. They're really going to just keep you in a cage, essentially. So people who you hang around with is very key. I think it was Jim Rohn. He mentioned something along the lines of, you are the average of the top 5 people that you hang around with. Think about that. Another thing is the content that I consume. There's instances, and I would say more than I would like to admit, of where I'm just consuming content that doesn't really have a purpose. It kind of just is entertaining. That's the problem. It's just content that's entertaining, no substance. It actually takes away a lot of time for you to think clearly. It's always clouding your mental. You can start to think of a good idea, which is my issue. I would think of a great idea that I can act on. And what would I do? If I seen like a little clip that would stimulate this thought, I'd be like, oh damn, and I would like it, and then start scrolling. And then by the second or third next clip, I would forget my idea. So content is really just, like I said before, a distraction, and you don't really want to put yourself down that rabbit hole unless this is the only thing that I really feel like can help people, because it's helped me to an extent. Though, don't get carried away. There is a lot of self-help, self-development content out there, a ton of it actually, including this right here. So if the content is helping you grow, it's helping you learn something, and it's essentially also as well, like if you're listening to a same person over and over that you really like, that they're in a position that you can see yourself in or somewhere you aspire to be, if it's that type of content, I agree that it's just like having another person in your circle. Yes, you may not know them personally and they may not know you personally, but if you're constantly consuming their content specifically, and it's about self-development, it's giving you a sense of purpose, sense of drive, knowledge, wisdom, anything really above those lines, I think that's okay. That's better than listening to just useless content that's entertaining. So if you are consuming that type of content, I would say that's okay. But again, don't get carried away, and don't just listen to it for the sake of filling your time. Actually learn something from it, because that type of content will get you farther than anything else that you're watching. I guarantee it. Another thing is the music, of course. There's a lot of nonsense music out there. It's not really getting you anywhere. It's actually creating a train of thought that's not where you should be. I mean, it's mostly rap. I'm sure other genres as well, but rap is very centered around like having sex with multiple people, doing all kinds of drugs, mental disorders, things of that sort. It's kind of like just training your train of thought to believe these things. And even if you don't necessarily believe them, what is it doing to you though? If you're constantly listening to the same song and it's portraying things that you don't see yourself as, but you like the song, you need to cut it out. It's not contributing to the person you aspire to be. I guarantee it. And if you want to argue that, argue it. But I don't see a point in listening to music like that. And that's why I said Rex Life Raj, Lil Russell, Russ, those people really help build my mentality. So like I said, guys, music does matter. Put something in your mind that's more beneficial and help train your train of thought to think something different. And if you need help with that, let me know. I can try and point you in the right direction. Another thing that really helped me propel myself and really prepare myself as well for life's endeavors is going to the gym. And not just going to exercise or as a hobby, but really making it a lifestyle. Embodying what it is to be a power lifter, a bodybuilder, whatever it is you want to be. In my case, I'm a bodybuilder, and I really did not take it serious for about over a year, really. I kind of would just go and I'm learning form and I'm just going through the motions, and I know I could have a much better physique than I do now if I took it serious. But just this year I've been taking it serious, and it just puts me in perspective. Like, people think it's easy to go to the gym, which in a sense it is, but to show day in and day out, 5-6 days out of the week, you're staying committed, you're getting a good workout in, and you're leaving better than you came. And essentially as well, going to the gym and pushing yourself to a certain point is very hard. It's a mental battle. It's like the mental battlefield, and it's you versus you. It's the little bitch in you that wants to quit, that wants to give up after this many sets, that doesn't want to go heavier, that doesn't want to do this workout, that doesn't want to go today, would rather stay home and watch TV or go out with friends or do something different. No, go to the gym, get that workout in, and tell me that you don't feel better than you did when you came in. I guarantee it you will. And if you don't, maybe it's not for you. Maybe lifting weights isn't for you. Do something else though. You need to be exercising, strengthening the mind. I used to talk myself out of going and continuously give myself that mental chatter of like, oh, come on, man, it's late, you're tired, kids are acting up. You'd rather be doing something, hanging out with so and so, watching this, relaxing, like just all the things that you can tell yourself to not go. I used to do that. There's times where I still tell myself like, oh, come on, man, like It's late. Don't go. You're tired. You deserve this. You've been working out hard already this whole week. You can take an extra day. But no, I don't have as many of those days, not nearly as many as I used to have. And I see going to the gym as just my life. It's just an event in my life that I do. Just like waking up, brushing my teeth, taking a shower, shaving, taking a shit, combing my hair. It's just like all those things. Go to the gym. Because think about it. If you can do those things that are significantly harder than just regular tasks, like pushing your max on squats, that'll really test you. And if you can do that, that's significantly harder than sitting in front of a camera and just talking, speaking your mind. It's harder. So if you put yourself in that perspective, there's no excuse that you can give as to why you're not doing something better for yourself. At least try, guys. Come on. You can't just not try. Another thing that I believe will help you grow is reading books. And if you're an audiobook type of person, so be it. I'm an audiobook type of person. I can't lie. But I do want to sit down and read books as well. And I have a few. And I have not read all of them. And even my audiobooks I'm slacking in. But I can do better. And I'm being vulnerable because I need to call myself out. I really need to take my self-development journey serious. Way more than I am now. Way more. But I'm taking those incremental steps, guys. One video at a time. One moment at a time of just saying, you know what? Set the laptop up. Get the mic going. Come on. It's not that hard. I robbed myself of so much progress because I didn't just take a step. I didn't take that toe length forward. There's no reason that we should stay stagnant. There's enough time to make a change. But don't wait till you're out of time. We don't have a lot of time in the aspect of our entire life. But with these days that we have, we do have the time to change and make a difference. Be better, guys. If there's anything else that I can add to what contributed to who I am now, another thing is just being fed up with yourself, with your old ways, knowing that there's better out there and not living up to that. That's a crushing feeling when you know you can do something better, but you're not. You're just out here surviving. Don't just survive anymore. We need to thrive in any environment that we're put in. Any environment. We shouldn't be so fragile that certain moments or certain situations, certain people, certain weaknesses of ours can push us around. No, we need to be grounded. We need to face everything head on. No fear. There should not be even a sense of worry about the outcome if it's not life-threatening. So come on, guys, please. I need you guys to want more for yourself. And if this helped you in any way, please like, subscribe, share. Because essentially I'm devoting this time to work on myself, but also help you work on yourself as well. Because I know how important it is to have a clean, clear, and strong state of mind. I know how important that is. And I would love that for you. But you got to start somewhere. I gave you enough things to start a change in, to head in a different direction. And it's up to you now to decide what you want to do. Come on, guys. Let's make some effort. Take a chance. Don't go to bed the same person you were yesterday and the day before and last week. Let's change. Let's make the difference. Let's be the difference.